Hello and welcome back everybody to Driversroom Festival of Speed. We are here at round 5 at Kyoto Driving Park. It is a lovely sight to see those mountains with the sun behind. Ooh, just can't get enough of it. But today is a bit of a special race. It is a 1 hour endurance race instead of the usual 30 minutes. And as a bonus, it is double points. So it is definitely gonna be an interesting race. Also strategy-wise, because it's double the length of a normal race. So anyway, let's go through the grid order of today's exciting 1 hour race. First off, we have Cartman Reviser. He has put his car on pole for today. And next alongside him will start his teammate Lionessy. Then in third we have Flappy. In fourth we have MS Too Fast. Fifth is Sir Bottlejob. Sixth is RJ Cool. Seventh is Mr. Sean. And just livery, they got special for this race. Bit like we saw with retro racing last season. Was it last season? Yeah, last season at Nürburgring. Anyway, then we have in eighth we have Der Garrett. In ninth we have the Robber's Dog. And in 10th we have Captain O'Reilly. Then in 11th we have DJ Rice, also running that beautiful livery. In 12th we have John William Megan. 13 is Mickey. And last but not least, in 14th we have JC. That is the grid order of today's race. Let's see what this 1 hour race will bring us. But first, let's take a quick look at the standings. RJ Cool asked me to do this, and I will happily do it for you guys. So, standings wise, here is a picture of the team standings. Please note, these team standings are for both tiers, so tier 1 and tier 2. So for now it is Retro Racing in the lead with 209 points, but closely followed by Pegasus Racing with 197 points. Then Sandit Racing with 194. Honey Badgers in 4th with 162, so a bit of a gap. Then a close gap to Sega Racing, or Team Sega, whatever, with 161 points. Then Goose Racing with 153 points, closely followed by Wrecking Ball Racing with 151 points. And last, in number 8 is the Neon Nice with only 65 points. That is the team standings across both tiers, so not only tier 1. What is only tier 1 is the drivers. In first place is Flapjack at the moment with 3 wins in a row under his belt, and he has 119 points. Then second is Cartman with 74 points. Then Lionessy with 62 and Article with 61 points. Then Mr. Sean from Goose Racing in number 5 is on 60 points. This it's Lioness, Arjaku and Mr. Sean only separated by 1 point between each other. Then MS2 Fast with 56 points. Pegasus Racing driver Sir Botterjob with 51 points. Then Mickey with 36. O'Reilly with 35. Same for the Robust Dog with also 35 points. Then we have D. Garrett with 33 points. DJ Rice with 29 points. John William Megan with 18 points. Flive also with 18 points. Then Panthro with 14 points. Awesome Alex, Not Yet Race and JC failed to score points, unfortunately. Hopefully that there will be a bit of a difference with them. Yeah, hopefully JC can score some points today. But that's the grid order and the standings as it stands now. And let's go to the race and see if there can be some shake-up in the standings. Revving their engines and it's lights out and away we go for a 1 hour endurance race. It seemed to be a very good start from Flappy. Now already up into second, trying to go around the outside of Lioness. Seems to be working. And oh no, Lioness actually fights the place back and Lioness retakes that second place. Cartman now in front, starting from pole, having a clean getaway. Then Lioness, Flappy and Sir Botterjob. Then MS2 Fast slots in 5th behind. Then we have RJ Cool, Mr. Sean and there Garrett. Then we see JC trying to look up the inside. Oh, doesn't really work there. Bit too clogged up. Was some contact, but nothing major. As we see that O'Reilly was all getting out of shape already. And John William Megan having some troubles, it seems. But let's take a look back at the front. Down the inside of Lioness at the 3rd hairpin. I think it is the 3rd hairpin. Yes, it probably is. Oh, there's so many corners on this track. It's crazy. But we have Sir Botterjob now in 4th, with Flappy now back down into 3rd place. So this fighting will give Cartman Revisor an extremely good lead over the rest of them, seeing that he's already miles in front. Stufos got a bit of a gap to the battle for 2nd place in front, but can't relax too much because RJ Cool is right behind him. As they come up to the long left-hander, or the 2nd long left-hander, it actually is. Ooh, Lioness now back down in 3rd place. Trying to get a wider line. Trying to go for the cutback on the beautifully on the apex. No chance of Lioness getting past there. as now the Garrett is pressuring RJ Cool. The Garrett trying to catch up to his teammate, the other German. And hoping they can get a bit of a team game playing. But MS Tuvas goes really wide at the third hairpin. Coming up to the fourth hairpin. It's just a mess. And the Garrett goes up 2 places in one go. And MS Tuvas drops 2 places in one go. It's interesting. I don't think they planned it out very well. I think the Garrett saw an opportunity to get past the slower RJ Ghoul. And MS2 just gave him the room. Now drag race on the main straight. It looks to be Lioness who got the better top speed. And Lioness takes that second place. Now this first sector is very twisty. You can, if you get the line right, you can gain a lot. But if you go offline, you will lose a bunch more time. Turbo Job now got a very good look at what is happening in front. But he's too far back to make a move if it was going to kick off all of a sudden. RJ Cool actually has gotten in front of the Garrett. So that is a good job from him. Let's see if he can keep it there. He takes a very wide line, although RJ Cool does have the inside for the third hairpin. But Gary breaks later and slots in 5th place again. Then Mr. Sean in 8th with his teammate DJ Rice in 9th. Then we have Mickey in 10th with JC and Robert's Dog in 11th and 12th. Then very far back. And I think, yes, O'Reilly has DNF'd. So unfortunately we won't see him for the rest of this race. Okay, let's see. Flappy did a 2 minutes 17.1. Lionessy a 2:16.7. And Carmen did also a 2:16.7. So at the moment Retro Racing seemed to be the quickest, as all the others are seemingly doing 2:18s and back 3 guys are doing 2:20s. So quite evenly matched. You have the top 4, or actually top 3, and then from 4th down to what is 10th, 9th is all doing 2:18s, and the bottom 3, 4 are doing slower than that. But since this is such a long track, I don't think a problem. Maybe John William Megan, but that's only one car. Flappy still pretty close behind. Linus is looking a bit better on fuel and tires, as you can see in the left corner of your screen. There you can see the fuel meter and the tire wear meter. They're on the race soft tires. That's what the RS is standing for, racing soft tires. And Cartman is consuming fuel like hell, so that's maybe also why he's up in front. Because he's just letting that fuel float through the engine. As Flappy tries to go around the outside, misses his braking point slightly and goes onto the runoff area. And now he has lost, almost lost touch to Lioness in front. Tried to go the long way around into turn 1. Didn't quite work out for him. And as a result of that, he's now a bit further back than he would like. Arjiku is back down into 6th as we see that MS2 fast had an off last lap. He's now down in 8th position. Not something you want to see. Mickey as well making a mistake last lap. He's now in last place 12th, as we also noticed that John Willie Megan has DNF'd as well. He saw that he was too far off the pace and didn't want to go on. I understand that, and I would have probably done the same in this case. Flappy last lap into the 2:16.9, but all that effort from last lap will be what's the English word for that? Will be well, it doesn't make any difference, let's put it that way. Because of his off in the first turn. There we see the front 2 runners from Red Racing are gonna go into the pits. First pit stop at the 10 or a bit past the 10-minute mark. If they're gonna continue doing that, they will do a 5-stop race. That's or maybe a 4-stop race. We'll have to see. Roberstock and RJQ are also in, so Retro Racing definitely been telling them come in, come in. Go for the undercut. But now Flappy is the one who is leading this race. Together with Sir Boulder Job. Luckily there is no double stacking of some sorts here. Everybody has his own pit stall and can come in whenever they like. Then Mr. Sean in 4th with DJ Rice in 5th. MS2 Fast is in 6th. JC 7th, and then we have Cartman Revisor already getting past Mickey on that fresh rubber. So Cartman and Linus both new tires and put in 100% of fuel, but you can already see how much fuel there's already been drained out of the fuel tank. It's these cars are not the most eco-friendly, to say the least. But now the question is, did Cartman or Linus undercut Flappy and Sir Bottlejob? That's the question. Linus, he did have some traffic. Cartman maybe as well, but not as much. And now Flappy and Sir Bottlejob are in. Does Garrett carry on for another lap? Yes, he does. Same for Mr. Sean. But Flappy is now into the pits. With only 7% left of his fuel. DJ Rice is also in. Mickey also stays out. Ooh, those front tires are definitely seen better times. JC also stays out. Same for Mr. Sean. Mr. Sean actually looking very good on his tires and on fuel wise. So he might be in a very good position to make it only a 3-stopper. Assuming he will stop in the next lap or so. Okay, but this is the lap that counts for Cartman as he gets past JC. Ooh, and there Linus passes JC for that 5th place, losing 2 tenths. Only in the 2 corners because of JC. That's not something Linus wants to have too often. Not so great for his outlap. Or his first flying lap, as I should say, as JC actually goes a bit deep into the 3rd hairpin. Oh, as there Garrett has gone off-road. Back to the origins of this car. Very, I wasn't gonna say very unusual, but actually it's not. That corner is one where you can pretty easily go off-road. And MS2 continues on for another lap. That's very impressive. And JC also pulls into. Same for Mickey. So now, except for MS2 Fast, the running order has been what's it? Reordered. Sorry, my English isn't very great today. Thinking of a lot of words, but don't know them in English. And it looks like the undercut has worked for Team Retro Racing. Although maybe not for RJ Cool. He did have a very slow in-lap. Maybe that explains. He lost 10 seconds in that in-lap. That's probably the cause why he's down in 9th place. MS2 Fast has already been overtaken by Cartman. Although you can't really say that this is for position. Seeing that MS2 Fast still got to pit, short shifting extremely, almost as you can see on the ref meter. As soon as he comes in a bit, as soon as you see a bit of red, he already shifts up. So therefore he's much slower than Linus and Cartman. Is he gonna pull out into the pits this time? No, he is not. He's still gonna continue for another lap. Is he gonna make this only a 2-stop race? Then he might want to switch to medium tires in his pit stop, because those will last a little longer. As we see that there Garrett has gotten himself a 1.5 second penalty, probably for a collision with the wall at the same place he hit it last lap. JC and Mickey also having a really poor in-lap. And that has cost them a lot of time. But just to give you a perspective of how men are in comparison to MS2 fast. Cartman did a 2 minutes 16.8, Linus hit 2 minutes 16.7, MS2 fast did 2:22.1. That's 5.5 seconds slower than Linus and Cartman are, only in the last lap. Then you have Flappy 2:16.7 as well for him. Subother job at 2:17.4. So Flappy having the better pace over Flappy. That's probably also why Flappy is now in 4th place and Subother job is in 5th. But anyway, Flappy even going quicker than he has done before. This slower traffic can be really helpful with the slipstream, but also really annoying because they can hold you up. As we see that MS2 finally pulls into the pits with only 1% left of his fuel. As the Garrett still got a bit of that penalty left. Still is all for fuel, and he's back to 100% of his fuel. Meanwhile, the front runners are almost gonna come in again. So Linus, he definitely taking a bit more care of his fuel, but that is also costing him time. 4 tenths down on his personal best, 7 tenths slower than his teammate Cartman in front. Who is also taking it very easy. But don't take it too easy, because here comes Flappy and Subother job. All lurking in the distance. Just steadily catching up. Whoa, just a bit random, but Subother job and Flappy have done a lot of yes. Below the fuel meter you can see the amount of kilometers driven. Kilometers or miles, I am not actually sure. But Flappy and Subother job are both in the 1400s. Whilst the Linus and Cartman are in the 500-600 region. Mr. Sean with 3200. GJ Rice with 1000 as well. Goodness gracious. But important for Lionessy is, does he come out ahead of DJ Rice? It looks to be so. That's very good for him. Not getting held up by DJ Rice on the older tires. Ooh, as Flappy goes a bit wide at the exit of somewhere in corner 10 till 20. Oh, this track is just so immense with so many corners. It's not the Nordschleife, I know that, but it's somewhat close. Cartman is now catching up to the back of Mr. Sean, not MS2 fast. Does he try to go around the outside at it happen? It looks to be the case. Does he manage to get it done? Yes, he does get it done. And now he needs to carry on and catch up to the Garrett. Garrett's probably gonna stay out long. Flappy continues on for another lap. He surely can do that. Same for Sir Bottle Job. It will be very interesting who will be the quickest with regards to strategy. Because we are seeing a presumably 5-stopper, 4-stopper, 3-stopper probably for some guys too, and MS2 Fast is going mental with a 2-stopper. As he's flashing his lights to Mr. Sean, trying to or something, or it was an accident. Let's see to the sector split. He is up on his previous best, so I don't think Mr. Sean held him up that much. But you can really see to the slower speed corners, Mr. Sean is definitely costing Lionessy some time, as there's a bit of a wiggle at the exit of the second hairpin. And now Lionessy goes for it, and it's job done for Lionessy. About a lap later than where Cartman overtook Mr. Sean. Lionessy has done it now as well. There is the next target, there Garrett. You can just see how much more mid-corner speed Cartman has in comparison to the Garrett. Does the Garrett slam into the barrier this time? No, he does not. It's a very tricky cornering, especially at high speed. That corner is way sharper than you think. As the Garrett goes at the final corner. And now Cartman is full into his slipstream, and now also getting past just at the beginning of the braking zone, and Cartman is up into third place. So Bottle Job in second place, not having the most amusing races of them all. mostly been in second and fourth place for the entirety of the race so far. And now he's under 10% of fuel, same for Flappy, so they will come in at the end of this lap. It's so interesting to see whether or not it will work out for them. This 4-stopper? Oh, 3-stopper. This is a 3-stop race for them. So only, yeah, 2 more stops. So confusing sometimes. 2 more stops for them. And then they will cross the finish line, so no, they don't need another stop. As Sir Bollerjob and Flappy are into the pits, and Cartman and De Garrett and Lioness come all sailing past. I think, I'm not sure actually, because Cartman will come in only 2 laps after this one, probably. Same for Lioness, who has actually gone past De Garrett, so De Garrett will come in at the end of this lap. And there is Flappy, and MS2 Fast is now in front of Sir Bollerjob. Just riding on board with Lioness now. Some of these corners seem to go on forever. So, oh, look at how worn De Garrett's tires are. JC will also come in at the end of this lap. As I get confirmation that the Roberts dog has DNF'd as well. He pulled into the pits and has stopped his part of the race. As De Garrett is in, like we expected. Change of tires for him. And JC will also pull in. And De Garrett comes out with fresh rubber and fresh. Ooh, he didn't even fully fueled up. Interesting. But back at the front, it's still Cartman who leads from Lioness with Flappy in 3rd place. Then behind we have Sir Bollerjob now overtaken MS2 Fast to take 4th place. Garrett up the S is now in 6th with RJ Cool in 7th. Mr. Sean and DJ Rice are both in 8th and 9th. Then we have JC in 10th and Mickey in 11th. So this is the first full lap from Flappy, not seeing that he is too quick on this new set of tires. It's not really that strange seeing that they are just putting in the same amount of fuel, same tires, so yeah. As Cartman is now into the pits, Linus follows him in as well, both on 12 and 13%. And Flappy will now come sailing past at the main straight. But does Bottle Job get in front of Cartman? He might get in front of Linus. But does he get in front of Cartman? Ooh, not really. But Cartman does come out in front of MS2 Fast. That's at least something. RJ Cool also into the pits now at 14%. So Team Retro Racing are all doing clearly the same. Also same fuel saving, same strategy, same lap in all those shenanigans. Now the question is, who will take the lead after the final pit stops have come? Because to be honest, I think Retro Racing have messed up their strategy, because they still need to come. They can continue till the end of the race, but they have to fuel save quite badly. While Bottle Job and Flappy both have one shadowed pit stop left. And that should see them sailing to the finish line. What they also could do, but yeah, then they just admitting that they have lost, is just pulling into the pits whenever Bottle Job and Flappy are gonna pull in. Because the drivers for Pegasus, their biggest concern is that their fuel won't last till the end of the race, whilst the tires are pretty okay still. That's the one advantage Retro Racing have now, is that their fuel is looking a lot better. Now fully into the slipstream, Cartman drawing alongside. Is he gonna get past into the braking zone? And he is not. Stays behind Bottle Job. Although maybe a better run, sneaking up the inside. Now it's the outside, but it is the inside again. And it is job done for Cartman Reviser, getting past Bottle Job at not a really conventional overtaking place. Team Wrecking Ball Racing are looking good in that 5th and 6th place, although MS2 Fast does need to come in at the end of this lap, I think. JC is flying for a spot. He is 3.5 tenths up at the end of the first sector. Definitely getting a good run out of there. But it's the whole lap you need to get right. He does improve even more, up to almost 6 tenths up to his previous best, which is a 2 minute 18.386. There are 8 sectors if I'm correct. Man, my English really sucks today. Probably because I'm still a bit tired. Who knows? Anyway, Mr. Sean and DJ Rice both bet on their own now. Let's see, Sabotage did a 2 minute 18.2, Cartman did a 2 minutes 16.7, 1.5 seconds quicker. Linus did a 2 minutes 16.6. So, also 1.5 seconds quicker than Sabotage. I don't really think Sabotage has got the pace relative to Cartman and Linus C, but he does have the pace over the rest of the field, except for Flappy, of course. MS2 was continued on for another lap. Don't think that's the best of choices you can possibly make. Now we will be needing to fuel save very much. .8 seconds down, you can really see that he's fuel saving very much, and this will hurt his time. Maybe Mr. Sean can get something out of it. Flappy has got this one in the bag. I think it's been a very clean run for him. But never say never, because it's still more than 15 minutes to go. So that's gonna be very interesting. MS2 was crawling to the pit entry. For his final pit stop, has to be said. He is the first one who can say that. But Mr. Sean just caught up so much in the last lap. I just realized something. Is Cartman's team livery, is that yellow and blue because of the Ukrainian flag? Of course it doesn't work with Linus's car, but still it's... That could be very interesting. Don't actually know. Gonna ask him after he's done with this race. Might be a something that I have missed in the past. Anyway, MS2 Fast has emerged out of the pits behind JC. Oh, but JC is struggling. Knowing that there's pressure from behind. Don't take that out of context. And MS2 Fast just goes around the outside like it's nothing. And goes up into 9th place. Now Flappy comes in for his final pit stop. And Sir Bottlejob stays out for another lap. Interesting, not too sure. As Der Garrett also comes in. Maybe a lap earlier than he scheduled, but seeing that Flappy comes in as well. After all, why shouldn't he do it? If Flappy can do it, Der Garrett can do it as well, he thinks. Mr. Sean also comes in. All for their last and final pit stop. Ooh, now Linus is really on the back of Sir Bottlejob. Into the first hairpin. Around the outside maybe, looks for the switchback. Does he make it work? He tries now to go around the outside of the second hairpin. You can see Flappy battling. But it's gonna be Linus who takes that second place. Although you can see him in the side mirror, he is still there. And not really giving up, but maybe with the dive bomb into the hairpin. Oh, he actually missed his braking point, so goes a bit wide. I think he did it before, didn't he? But anyway, he is now also below 10% of fuel, very much below 10% of fuel. So he will come in at the end of this lap no matter what happens. So it's better that Linus overtook him here. Then he waited another 2 sectors for it to finally happen anyway, because Sir Bottlejob pulled into the pits. Now Linus should be wise and he pulled into the pits as well, and that's exactly what Linus did. So good thinking from him. If he pulls into the pits now, he has the same advantage Sir Bottlejob has. Plus, Linus has more fuel on board, so it needs less fuel to be put into the car again. So he takes an even bigger gap. It's all very well thought through. Ginger Rice also pulling into the pits. Oh, it's very close between Sir Bottlejob and Linus. Even though Linus had more fuel on board, Sir Bottlejob has put in less fuel than the amount of fuel Linus had more inside his fuel tank than Sir Bottlejob at the end of the lap, if you know, get me. So it was very close, almost bumper to bumper as they came out of the pits. Now Der Garrett is also almost in the same region. A bit of tire wear, but nothing major, and now it's really a fight for that 3rd place. Ooh, as Der Garrett, ooh, very nearly slams into the side of Sir Bottlejob and Linus. Oi, 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 that was really close. Just missed his braking point. Ooh, and just narrowly avoided Linus and Sir Bottlejob. Thank goodness for that. But that must be very scary for Linus, seeing his life flashing before his eyes. knowing that he is in a podium position and almost get wiped out by someone who is not even directly competing for that third place. Deckard was in close proximity, but be honest, he wasn't gonna get it. Sorry, Gary. MS2 Fast gets past RJ Cool down the inside at the corner before the third hairpin. As we see that Carbon is now into the pits, but Flappy is close enough to take the lead. Ooh, it's so close. It's so very, very close. But it will be Flappy who will take the victory out here, unless he makes a mistake. Again, never say never. Okay, last lap. Linesi 2 minute 19.4, Subaru 2 minute 19.7. 3/10 lost there for Subaru, but 3/10 is really nothing for these cars. Arjegul also comes in for his final pit stop. Unless there is a big airplane crash or something, I think that is the order we will finish in, because everybody is 2 spaced apart except for Linus and Subaru. As Subaru does go better than his personal best, but so is Linus, yeah, I assume. Der Garrett is in a very good P5, and he will stay there. MS too fast, semi close to Mr. Sean, but not close enough to catch up. DJ Rice too far from anyone. Or maybe, yeah, maybe RJ Cool will get the move on JC. But other than that, I think it's pretty much done. Okay, 269 for Linesi, 269 for Subaru, which is a personal best. So yeah, it's interesting to see that Subaru does have about the same pace now that he's in slipstream of Cartman. We have to see who comes out in front of the two of them. Linesi does have more fuel to play with, so if it comes to fuel saving, Linesi would be in a better position. Flappy and Cartman are just sailing on their own as Sir Bottlejob tries to go around the outside of Lioness C. You can't take your eyes away for these two for a second. Lioness C covering off the inside for the fourth hairpin. It's so close between the two of them. Actually, in the last shot, maybe in this shot as well, yeah, it looks like Linus's car is higher up off the ground, at least in the front. Ooh, Linus trying to hold it around the outside. And it does work. Ooh, nearly clipped the grass there. That would have sent him into a spin. Then as well getting not getting past, staying in front of Sir Bottlejob in the same sector where he overtook him last time. Sir Bottlejob getting a good run out of that corner. It's gonna be the case of who brakes latest. Linus brakes latest. Ooh, Sir Bottlejob looking for that cutback, but Linus parks it beautifully on the apex. I'm not sure how much trouble they have with regards to dirty air. JC and RJ Cool fighting it out, and RJ Cool takes that 9th place. But will JC fight it? That's the question. Not for now, at least. We will take a look at them later. First we need to look at that battle up in front. Less than 5 minutes remaining, only 2 more laps of running once they cross the finish line. So for Flappy, 2 laps left to go. He will make that on fuel, so he would be in the clear. Cartman just putting in a bonker of a lap, a 2 minutes 15.5. I'm not sure why it's not showing at the now at the lap timing chart at the right of the screen. It shows purple. I just could see the time, but it was a 15.5. But Sir Bottlejob is now very much behind. Huh. I was thinking, did he make a mistake or something, but no, he just dropped off. Not that the tire wear is too much worse than... Oh yeah, but that doesn't really help, does it? Just taking one more look. Ooh, and just... Ooh, good job there of holding that car, but... Yeah, that's very unfortunate. Now we can say goodbye to that podium finish. That's for sure. So now we can take a close look at RJ Cool and JC. So great to see that after almost 1 hour of racing they are still so close to each other. And as a reminder, this race is double points. so your result will count double. That's how it works. So instead of the 1 or 2 points gained or lost with this fight, you might be looking at 4 points, and that's a whole lot more. Out of the final turn for the penultimate time. Last lap is underway. Now you can see the time on the right hand side is 2:15.5. Cartman as well. Lioness now also on the final lap of the race. Sir Job follows 4.2 seconds down on his personal best. Yeah, that's a shame. 3.8 seconds for De Garrett. Mr. Sean 1.7. Everybody's taking it steady. 3.4. Wow, what's happening? It's and Mustufas is, by the way, very low on his fuel again. DJ Rice is gonna make it for another lap. Only 1 second behind on his previous best. Personal best, no previous best is the same as personal best, but yeah. RJ Cool just gonna make it, and JC as well. So everybody except for Mickey. Oh, Mickey's now also on his last lap. There you see it. The final lap sign is flashing. Final lap light, whatever you want to call it. Mickey comes out of the penultimate turn up to the final hairpin for the final time. And Mickey will come home in 11th place. Good job of staying in the race. It was a tough one, to say the least. Flappy, actually pretty low on his fuel. Maybe going for a push lap. I don't know. But it doesn't matter. Flappy will take the victory after 1 hour of intense racing. He cruises to the finish line and he has won round 5. Did I say it correctly? Round 5 or round 6? I'm not sure. It's round 5, right? Anyway, Cartman comes home in 2nd. Lionessy comes home in 3rd place, the final podium spot. Sir Job comes home in 4th place, also a good result for him. And indeed, this round 5. Sorry for the confusion. Der Garrett also comes home, wigging around, and he comes home in 5th. Slowing down just before the finish line. Mr. Sean in 6th. Then we have MS2 Fast. Only one to try the 2-stopper comes home in 7th, running out of fuel before the finish line. That just shows you how close it was. Then GG Rice home in 8th, slamming into the wall. That wasn't necessary, but okay. Comes home in 8th place, good result for him. RJ Cool in 9th, just edging out over JC in 10th. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like, subscribe. And yeah, let me know in the comments what you think about this 1 hour race and all the various strategies that played a role. So, until next time, for round 6 that will be. Round 6, not round 5 or whatever. I will see you guys then. Until then. Bye bye.